Hey guys, it's Ep35 and welcome back to episode 35 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode we've got loads and loads of things to do. We're in the January transfer window now. We're going to play two matches, the first of which against Stoke and then a game against Hull I think in the Cup. And we're hopefully going to be getting on to some really good games. We've got obviously the transfer window now, so we might be signing players, might be selling players as well. So yeah, quite a big episode today. Before we get into things though, if we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It will be absolutely fantastic. Also a quick note, yesterday Leeds played Aston Villa. It is tonight as I'm recording this, so obviously I don't know the result or anything, but let me know your thoughts about that game down below in the comments. And I'll read and reply as usual. Let's crack on with today's episode though. We've got a few things to do just to begin with. The first of which is change the difficulty. Most of you guys in the comments said that you wanted me to change it. We're going to up it to Legendary and we'll wait and see how that goes in the first match against Stoke City. Apparently there's not loads of difference between the two, but we'll wait and see in this first game. If it needs to be changed again, then we might look at it at some point. We've also got some emails to take a look at on the 1st of January. It also means we're going into a new month that we have Player of the Month to do for the previous month, so I'll do that in a second. But we've got a transfer offer in already on the first day, and it is from a random team that I've never heard of. I think they might be Portuguese, though. They kind of got a Portuguese vibe about them. But anyway, they've got a £7.5 million bid for Bailey Pickett-Farrell. I think we know what to do with that one. No interest in selling him whatsoever. We've developed him from being a very low overall to someone that's now a very established goalkeeper. So very happy with that. We can obviously just reject all those sort of offers. Fabian Delph wants to play this next game and Silvestri wants to leave in the transfer window. Not so good for us. Wanted to keep Silvestri as a backup goalkeeper. It might be that he actually ends up leaving us now. But we'll wait and see what sort of offers come in for him as the transfer window continues. So let's move on to Player of the Month. This is obviously for December, with us just being into January now. And it was another difficult decision because there wasn't one player in particular that looked fantastic. It was mainly sort of a whole effort last month that got us some good results. So it's difficult to pick one player, but the player I'm going to go with is Roof for December as our Player of the Month. He had a really good December. You can see in total he scored 6 goals, got 3 assists and had 16 games for us so far. He's playing out on the wide, but he's also actually getting us quite a few goals as well from that sort of position. So doing very well. His stats are going up quite nicely, not flying up. He's not particularly young anymore. But yeah, he's still doing a very good job for us. So he is my December Player of the Month, and we'll wait and see what comes of January and whether a player can win it twice maybe. We've not had anybody win it twice yet. We've only had 3 Player of the Months I think so far, and it's been 3 different players. We've still also got a lot of players transfer listed as well from the previous transfer window. Just because I've got them listed though doesn't necessarily mean they will leave in the transfer window. We've got to wait for bids. We've also got to decide on like a case-by-case basis whether we'll be selling certain players. There's quite a few players also are out for lower as well potentially, but I don't think we will actually sign anyone. We don't have that much money, so I can't really afford to anyway. But we certainly won't be signing anyone unless we sell people, because our squad's already too big at the moment. But let's crack on with the first game of the episode against Stoke City. It's at home, a league game for us to kick off the new year. And we've got Bailey Pickett-Farrell starting in goal, Eiley at right back, Janssen, Arvidsson and Angelino as my defenders. Then in front of that we've got Vieira and Delph. On the right hand side, Snodgrass, Roof on the left with Cook in behind Armstrong. And it leaves us with a fairly good bench as well. But yeah, Stoke City are in a good position at the moment in the league. If they win here, they go a little bit closer to us. So it will be a tough match. They seem to be doing fairly well at the moment this year at Stoke. So we'll wait and see how they're like in-game on Legendary, which is like the first time I've ever played Legendary. Certainly on this FIFA, maybe in quite a few years though, so we'll wait and see how this goes. Might not go very well. Come on, what are you like, Legendary? Let's find out. Are we going to get a more realistic sort of game in this match? Are we actually going to have to do some defending for once? Let's find out. We've got a very strong team out, so we should be okay going forward. Whether we are able to get the goals, that's the only issue. Might be able to create something here, but cut out. Oh, good ball through to Armstrong. Come on, give us a chance here. He's going to have to go it alone if he does want to get us a goal, I think, here. Still going and gets blocked. It was kind of obvious that that was going to happen, really. He had to do something, though. He had to try and create a chance himself. And he's won us a corner. We're going to play it short to Angelino. See whether we can get a decent ball in. It is a good delivery, actually, but not many people are there to deal with it. Armstrong got the strength. He's also got a bit of pace about him, but gets brought down. It's frustrating because we had them on the break there, Stoke City. It's not often you're going to get a counter-attack against them. And it's Peters there, quite rightly booked for preventing that attack. We might play this one short and try a little chip from Delph. Didn't work. Good chance. Oh my days. That's the complete opposite way that I told him to pass the ball. Why did he play it back to the goalkeeper? He's a madman. Good switch to Roof. He's brought it down brilliantly. Now just needs a little bit more quality. Can he get it? Roof! Oh no, straight at Butland. Oh, that's the chance we needed. The thing that I feared would happen has kind of happened. There has been a lot less chances. There's a lot of it has been in midfield, kind of a bit scrappy at times. But that's kind of what I expect, to be honest, when we're playing on Legendary. But we have had 1 or 2 chances. Just don't look like scoring, although neither does Stoke. But it's kind of one of those sort of games where maybe they spring a goal upon you out of nowhere. Hopefully we can hit them on the break here, though it has been happening quite a lot where they've been pushing a lot of players forward. This time we can't capitalise on it. Delph, back inside here, rubbish. Oh, well played. Armstrong, oh, I thought he was going to go down, then he got a toe to it. He didn't seem to collapse his leg, sadly. It was after some sort of dive, maybe, to try and win a penalty. Didn't quite happen, and again can't be threaded through to him. That's it for the first half. Still drawing the game 0-0. Like I said before, not too many chances. I think we're slowly getting through them, but I think it might be a little bit too slow, our progress at the moment. So maybe we have to look to the bench, but certainly more realistic feel to the match. But now kind of neither team's having chances, rather than just one team having chances. Hitting them on the break. This is probably going to be our only way of finding ourselves a goal here. Roof looking to stretch them. He's coming back inside though. Armstrong. Delve! Rubbish. What is that? I know it's his weaker foot, but come on. That's poor. First change, we're going to take off Robert Snodgrass, bring on Sacco. This sort of game needs a little bit more pace to hit them on the break. So with just over 30 minutes left, hopefully that's going to give us it with Sacco on the right-hand side. Snodgrass struggling to get into this match at the moment. Kind of lacking that little bit of pace that's necessary to get past the stronger Stoke City defenders. Looking to just try and prevent a chance here. Hit them on the break again, having a lot of possession in this match. And Bueller's very, very strong, but we've won it back off him in the end. Oh, for God's sake. That is the worst defending you will ever see. Where did everyone go? Everyone just ran off. Left us with barely anyone in the box. And what the hell is this? For God's sake.
It's about as bad as it can possibly get.
What the hell is that? Get off that pitch right now. You're rubbish. All of you, look, legs flying everywhere. He goes down. I thought it was going to be a penalty initially, but that is pathetic. Let's make some changes. Rubbish players. And that's kind of the difference between world class and legendary. They take the chances more. The final 2 changes are going to be made now. Dakara and Berardi coming on. Angelino's going to come off. That also means we're going to be taking off Lewis Cook as well. Need a bit more strength going forward. Dakara's going to hopefully try and provide that out wide. Roof's going to play behind Armstrong. Berardi's coming on for Angelino. Just looks a bit weak at the moment, Angelino. We can't really have that. And especially when I think it's Shaqiri's cutting inside. Hopefully Berardi will stop that from happening by playing at left back. Go on, Idling. That's more like it, but a rubbish pass. Why are you all so bad? This is terrible now. What the hell are you doing, Berardi? You're off for a jog there. Get back and help defend. You're just having a jog on the beach. Just get back in the right position. Everything goes against you on Legendary, and this is certainly an example of that sort of match. Of course, it's making it more challenging for us. That's great, but it just now has seemed to have swung things the other way a little bit. Of course, it's great to have a bit of a challenge, but we don't look like scoring. That's not great. Maybe we should go back to world class, but just kind of change the sliders so the opposition create more chances. That's another option, but yeah, certainly Legendary is not really suiting a realistic game at the moment. That's it, we've lost the game 1-0. Disappointing. That's what happens, I think, on Legendary, though, to be honest. The stats show it all. We can't keep on having games where there's one shot on target. So we will have to change it. It hasn't worked going to Legendary. Doesn't give you a very realistic game, sadly. But it's just a shame that EA haven't decided to actually do a difficulty that works, you know? That actually gives chances for both teams during a game, a balanced game, rather than one way or the other. So yeah, not great. Silvestri, obviously, again, questions about his future at Leeds. Seems like he's going to be leaving us, sadly, because we've not been given enough game time. I've got better keepers, you know. Bailey Fowler's my number 1, so I'm going to go with that. Berahino's coming back from injury now, which is great news. That'll really help us, especially if we are changing the difficulty a little bit. Smith is saying, thanks, boss. Don't know why he's not played in ages. Delph is saying thanks, boss, as well. He has been playing quite a bit recently. But yeah, we need to take a look at these settings. It hasn't worked for us in that game, so we'll go back to World Class. The temptation is to go to Legendary, but maybe a 6.5 length. Give us more time to create chances. But you saw from the stats at the end there, it just wasn't enough, really. It wasn't enough with that difficulty. One chance in 90 minutes on target is not great, so you could look at changing the CPU's chance creation and that sort of thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is basically keep it on World Class, but change the CPU, like do the gameplay customization for the CPU. So what I've done is decreased the shot error and pass accuracy, increased the shot speed, pass speed, kind of just little things that should maybe change the way the gameplay is. Hopefully that'll work. Obviously I don't think it'll be perfect first time. We might have to tweak things again to give us a better sort of realistic game. But goalkeeper ability, that's gone up a little. Same with the run frequency that they make as well. And we've gone with first touch control error down slightly as well. So we'll wait and see what that does. It might not do anything. We'll wait and see though. Hopefully it can provide us with a better sort of standard of game, to be honest, because it's not going to be particularly entertaining if it's me losing by 1 goal every game when I've only had 1 shot on target. So we're going to hopefully try and create a little bit more entertaining matches without making us win every single one. Okay, monthly scouting updates to go through now. We've got some Swedish players to begin with. Actually got one there that looks pretty good. Any more in this selection? No. We've actually also got Patrick Bell declining the contracts because we've got the maximum amount of players. Another indication that we need to get rid of some players in our first team because we've got far too many. We might even have to just get rid of some, like release them from the contracts. We'll have to wait and see how things go. Any English players now? Need someone good, surely? No. No one in the English or Scottish players. Great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is release Lee Irwin. He's not really played for us. He's transfer listed, 6 months left on his contract. I think it makes sense. McKay as well will go. We will release him. I don't think we should release anybody else, to be honest, because the rest we can get an okay amount of money for, and I think that'll be fine. So let's continue on to the next game now against Hull City, see whether we get any more transfer offers in. Obviously with that loss against Stoke, that's kind of affected us a little bit in the league. They go a little bit closer to us now in the league table. Youth player terminates contract, that's Patrick Bell. We offered him a contract and we couldn't sign him because our squad was too big. And then I released some players and didn't offer him a new contract. So missed out Patrick Bell. There's plenty more players though, I'm not going to lose sleep over that, I don't think. Berahino's saying okay to play as well, which is good. But we'll make the final decision on that one. He might not necessarily play against Hull City. We'll have to wait and see. A few cup competitions in a row now, it's unusual. FA Cup followed by the EFL Cup 3 days later. Bit strange, but the final game of the episode will be against Hull City. We'll find out now what sort of side I'll put out for it. But yeah, 2 cup games in a row is very unusual. Okay, this is the side I'm going to go with for this game that we've got coming up in the cup against Hull City. Silvestri's going to start in goal. If he's on the way out, I may as well use him. Maybe that will persuade him to stay, but I think he's made up his mind, to be honest. We've got Coyle up right back. We've got Lascelles, Anderson, Taylor as the rest of my defenders. In front of that, Bridcut and O'Kane. So a rotated side, but still some good quality in the team as well. Aaron's on the left-hand side, with Barrow on the right. Phillips in behind. Antonsen. This is the bench we've gone with. Again, a lot of decent players here, but we've got Beckford and Nakara as our 2 striker options if we need them. Let's wait and see how we do against Hull. Hopefully those changes to the difficulty will produce a more realistic result, but let's wait and find out how we do. So here we go against Hull City in the FA Cup. We obviously want to try and get into the next round. That's our target, to try and do so. And we want to have a good cup run if we can get one going. And yeah, let's wait and see how we do against this Hull City side, whether those changes to the CPU sort of difficulty will actually change the sort of gameplay that we expect to get. Not going to go against us, is it? Oh my, no, it's a foul and a booking. How, he's on the ball and it's him that's approached our player. How is this a foul and a booking? My days. We're only 8 minutes in and he's booked him for that. Pathetic refereeing. Antonsen on the overlap for Barrow. He's going to look to come in on his left foot. Still going. Barrow! No, overhit. Barrow looking to get through here. He's going to shoot. Wow, that's a very close one. Thought it was going in for a second. It must have dipped a little bit approaching the goal, but still not enough to get it on target. Phillips onto Barrow. That's great stuff. He's going to cut inside Onto his left. He read it this time. It's a shame, but we still have the ball. Barrow looking for Antonsen. Wasn't supposed to go to him, but he gets a shot away. It was saved quite nicely there. Robertson to clear it. So far, the changes to what we've done with the difficulty have actually worked. We've obviously been the better team, but we should expect to be that. We've got the better players. But yeah, I think it's actually worked. They've had more of the ball hull than usual. So maybe we could just keep the difficulty like this. Phillips. Oh, that'll do. 1-0. It's all come from an error from the goalkeeper as well. I don't know whether I decreased errors from goalkeeper. Not too sure that you could, to be honest, but he's just thrown it straight to Antonsen. Really poor stuff. Headed down, and Phillips was not really going to miss that, was he? He's a fantastic shot at times, Calvin Phillips, and he smashed it into the top left-hand corner, winning the game 1-0. Brilliant strike from him, and that's given us a nice little advantage going into half-time. Chance here for Hull if they can do something from it. Will they respond straight away? They should have done. What a save that is from Silvestri. Incredible. Always seems to be the way, though. They step things up as soon as you score against them. The opposition always do that. I have noticed for a couple of years now on FIFA. Can we hold on to the lead going into half-time? Could be another goal. Could be another goal. Ryan Mason going very close there. Don't know why they've suddenly started actually shooting Hull, but they have looked much better than we have seen on World Class before. That's it for the first half, still winning the game 1-0. Very good performance so far. Certainly a much more realistic game to play, which is good, especially with the fact that we're winning 1-0. Kind of realistic, so we're happy at the moment with the current sort of difficulty settings we've got it on, and hopefully we can continue to lead and just keep them out for this 45 minutes. First change is going to be to bring on Dakara. We are going to take off Phillips. Aarons will move more centrally. Hopefully that'll give Aarons a bit of chance to actually touch the ball. He's not really done much at all so far out wide, so hopefully that'll benefit us. 30 minutes to go. Beckford will probably be another sub that will come on at some stage as well, but for now we'll leave him on the bench. Huddleston's through. Another good save from Silvestri. Fair play to him. That's a fantastic save. A very good shot stopper by the looks of Silvestri. Not played him too often recently, but he has certainly pulled out a few decent saves in this match. Final two changes, Beckford and Delph to come on. O'Kane and Aarons will come off. Anderson's going to play behind Beckford. Disappointed really with this midfield at the moment. Absolute shambles. The positioning's all over the place. So hopefully Delph's going to come on, do some more running, win back the ball a bit better. So we're really lacking with that at the moment, and we're probably going to concede at some stage if it continues. So the changes had to be made, and only just goes over the bar. Luckily, the subs can come on now, and they might benefit us a little bit. Not too much longer left of this match. It's fallen straight to Huddleston. Who is there trying to block the shot? Dakara onto Beckford. This is so annoying. That is like 3 or 4 times now where the final pass from the attacker has just been dreadful. Whenever we've been through on goal to try and get a second one, final pass is terrible. That's why I'm training up so many of my strikers on the passing, because it's awful. Every striker's passing is terrible, which makes it so difficult to play through balls. Looking for a chance here though for Barrow. Come on. Got to take our chances. We haven't done. And miss out on that second goal. That's another disappointing one for us. I know our team isn't the strongest in this game, but I think we should be at a 2-0 this match, and it hasn't been, sadly. We've kept them in the game, but we have managed to win it 1-0. That'll obviously do for us getting into the next round. That's great for us. It might actually be a second leg, although I could be wrong on that one. But again, not loads of shots on target, but certainly more even shots. This time, though, the possession was quite clearly in their favour. But yeah, it was a more realistic game. Certainly challenged us while still getting the result for us. So happy with that. Still not perfect sort of in-game realism, but we'll take it for now. And I'll see what you guys reckon in the comments below. But that will be the last match of the episode. We will now just take a look at transfers before we end things. And then we'll wait and see whereabouts we are going into next episode. Player development to do this week. We are going to be training up all 5 of these players and seeing how we do. Maybe get a little bit of progress here on the stats or their overall. And it is just going to be their attributes going up this time. Arvidsson, Anderson and Cook all going up on some of their attributes, making them a little bit better. Hopefully that can continue and we should have a bit more growth over the next few weeks. Transfer offer in here for Berahino. He's just come back from injury. 19 million. No thanks. He's certainly not going. 19 million. Nah, I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. We've had a takeover, so we don't really need the money. Man City hoping to sign Salah in the coming days. It's a very strange one, is that? keep an eye on that one. Just can't imagine Man City signing him on this game. But anyway, we do have some more emails to take a look at. Player returning from injury, that's Corey Smith. He's back. Prize money as well. 86 grand. But that is everything for today's episode. We won't be having any time, sadly, to play the Southampton game, because we've obviously been doing a little bit of transfers. Just looking to get rid of players, but bids aren't really coming in for players that I want to sell at the moment, which is a bit frustrating. But that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well down below. That would be absolutely fantastic. Well over 6,000 now, I think like 6,022 as I'm recording this. So thank you all so much for everyone that does subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and goodbye.